protecting more marine habitats. And the good news is that most Bahamians strongly support efforts to halt further decline. Tripling the size of our network of marine parks will mean more fish and conch for everyone, now and for the future, as well as more recreational and ecotourism opportunities. Today, only 10% of our waters are protected. Surveys show that most Bahamians consider protection of our marine environment to be a top national priority. More protection means more benefits for everyone, now and in the future. It's a win-win-win strategy for the economy, for Bahamians, and for nature. Protect our sea, protect our way of life, protect the Bahamas. See the future. Visit Bahamas Protected on Facebook to learn more about marine protected areas.
Right here, right now, we are on a mission.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, police addresses the mounting concerns surrounding missing person cases on the island. Plus, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini unveils demolition plans. We have the details. And the island's top scholars in math and science recognized during a special ceremony. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Azure Quant. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news this evening, concerns mounting on the island of Grand Bahama about the alarming surge of missing person cases on the island. Tonight, police officials are shedding light onto the ongoing investigations as they continue to appeal for your help in bringing these matters to a close. Here's that report.
We have numerous missing complaints. We have some up to 30, I think, for the year.
Addressing growing concerns over the increasing number of missing persons on Grand Bahama, Assistant Commissioner of Police for the Northern Bahamas, ACP Shanton Knowles, and Detective Superintendent Darrell Ware, both emphasizing the concerted efforts to resolving these cases.
We have located many of those who were reported missing, but we are concerned about those who are still missing.
In October 2022, Shaquille Ferguson, a 28-year-old resident of 8 Mile Rock who suffers from mental health issues, was reportedly last seen on waters driving a jet ski. Just 1 month later, West End native Elton Wright, who also went missing at sea, was reported missing. The growing numbers has sparked outcry amongst residents, many of whom have taken to social media to voice their concerns. Some residents speculate that there could be significant underlying reasons behind these missing person cases.
We don't have the information to suggest a murder has occurred. We certainly don't have any suggestions, any information that would suggest organ trafficking is occurring in our country. If there is information that the public has that can assist us if they believe foul play is suspected in any of these matters, then we urge you to come forward and let us know. But as it stands, we are investigating these matters as simple missing persons complaints.
The majority of the open missing person cases involves senior citizens that vanished without a trace. For instance, in October of 2022, 56-year-old Stephanie Chisholm from 8 Mile Rock was reported missing. Additionally, 65-year-old Frederica Bethel disappeared on December 9th, 2023, and most recently, 80-year-old Phil Big Mama Stubbs went missing after leaving his residence earlier this month.
We have confirmed that some of the matters that we have, the cause for missing is related to those who are suffering from early stages of dementia. We do know that alcohol and drugs play a role in some of the matters.
ACP Knowles emphasizes that the Royal Bahamas Police Force remains steadfast in its commitment to prioritizing the investigation of missing persons. They are allocating all available resources to bring closure to families affected by such cases. However, senior police officials stress the importance of community assistance in these efforts.
We as a community, we have to work together. All of us got to come, all hands on deck, because it's our loved ones. Our community not big, and everybody got to do their part. Because when person get older, you need the village to try to help them along. Just can't be the police problem. It's everybody problem.
It's not for one day or 1 week, but we need a continuous efforts from the public to assist us in searching for those who are missing.
Well, police on Grand Bahama are investigating a serious traffic accident that occurred on Queens Highway in the 8 Mile Rock community involving a public service bus and a civilian vehicle. The accident reportedly occurred after 5 a.m. this morning, and press liaison officer Superintendent Stephen Roll confirms that 4 individuals were involved in the accident, 3 in the bus and 1 in the private vehicle. At present, 3 persons remain hospitalized. The Royal Bahamas Police Force is currently investigating the incident to determine the exact cause and circumstances surrounding the collision. Switching gears now, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini Kingsley Smith making an exclusive announcement to our Jolanda Thompson Everest that several historic buildings are slated for demolition in Alistown, Bimini. Phase 1 of the demolition is set for late March, creating a cleaner and neater environment for residents and visitors traversing the island. Here's that report.
We want to clean it up, remove those buildings, and it's just the overall makeup of the island to try to get rid of all the old abandoned buildings and to make it a more pleasing look to the island and to the visitors and the residents at large.
Smith expands on the influx of residents traversing the island and sheds light on the importance of the government's agenda in cleaning up the streets of Bimini.
I'm advised those buildings were condemned from in the 1980s. And so we finally reached that stage, and we're going to get rid of them.
Smith also mentioning that Biminites have advocated for a more spotless island, and as their Member of Parliament, it is only due diligence to assist in making it happen. He speaks on Phase 2 and what to expect next.
And then there's an additional 2 buildings on the compound which house customs. And then there was also an older building that housed Patelgo back in the day. And so they will be removed in the second phase.
Senator Randy Roll traveling to the island in support of the Member of Parliament, sharing possible replacement options.
We look at, I guess, a green space for it. So I'm sure the people of Bimini would be excited for it as well. And so I'm happy to work along, like I said, with my colleague and friend Kingsley Smith to make sure that we help to move Bimini along very well.
Smith noting that the job is not an easy task. However, he is partnering with the residents to assist in removing the eyesores on the island. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest.
Well, from the classrooms to the halls of fame, the island's top scholars in math and science recognized during a special ceremony unveiling the 2nd annual Wall of Honor. Here again is our Jolanda Thompson Everest.
Public school students from grades 7 through 12 are being recognized on a wall of honor at the C.A. Smith building. The academic acknowledgement highlights students who've excelled in math and science, making metamorphic movements within their school.
We are going to take every opportunity to make sure that everyone in Grand Bahama, and indeed the Bahamas, is aware of the strides we are making to highlight those students that are doing very well. Because it is Mathematics Month, and then next month it will be Science Month. And that is why we're highlighting students who are math and science-oriented.
The Deputy Director of Education reacts that the movers and shakers are world problem solvers, deeming their academic performance as outstanding for this time and age.
When we look at those areas of focus, then certainly these students are very important for the development of our island and indeed our country.
The Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, and the Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith, bringing remarks. The two role models speaking with pride and excitement at the unveiling, adding that the importance of math and science in the curriculum cannot be overstated.
We are looking to ensure that you receive all that you need in order to excel. We've initiated this new initiative called Innovate 242, where we want the Bahamas to become the center of innovation for the Caribbean. And so we know that you're going to play a great part in that.
They are the cornerstones of innovation, driving progress and propelling us forward towards new frontiers. From groundbreaking discoveries to technological advancements, math and science lay the foundation upon which we build a brighter tomorrow.
A number of government officials sending love and best wishes to some of the honorees at the end of the special ceremony.
We are proud of you, we are happy for you, and we are here to support you.
Skyland, remain focused, and I'm sure that you will fulfill your dream of becoming an anesthesiologist. Shout out to Brian Riley.
Alex, I just want to say to you, remember, the sky is the limit.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest.
When we come back, a young Bahamian classical pianist is preparing to dazzle audiences. That story, sports, and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, returns.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Celebrate Easter weekend at Portobello's Restaurant by the Grand Lacayan. Children 5 to 12 years are half price, and children under 5 eat free. Dinner buffet on Good Friday, and all-you-can-eat Easter Sunday brunch. See you there.
It's Through the Music Junkanoo Jazz Concert featuring Forces of Nature, March 23rd, 6 p.m. at the Regency Theater. Tickets available at forcesofnatureband.com. Call 804-7777 for more information.
Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Coctoderma's former Salmus, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
Shawnee Miller-Weebo tying up, but it doesn't matter. It's gold for the Olympic champions.
On May 4th and 5th, the sun will shine down on the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium.
Coming through the field.
Hundreds of the world's best track athletes from more than 40 countries will compete to qualify for their spot at the Paris Olympics.
weight management and the struggle to lose weight, the topic for this episode of ZNS Health Zone.
I guess during the time I gained weight, the problem became my pressure. High blood pressure and diabetes is in my family's history.
ZNS Health Zone, Monday, March 25th at 9 p.m. Don't miss it. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Against all odds, a young Bahamian classical pianist is preparing to dazzle audiences with the Bahamas Piano Concert Tour. In this inspiring story, he shares his trials and triumphs and notes his goal of inspiring the next generation. Raven Davis reports.
Immerse yourselves in the melodic sounds of 27-year-old Bahamian classical pianist Elijah Stevens, whose journey to success has been marked by numerous accomplishments. Yet behind the harmonies lies a tale of adversity and financial struggles.
I was denied from all of the local scholarships back home, but I decided to go anyway. So I packed everything and I left in faith that I was going to get a scholarship to study, and that's what happens.
And with that leap of faith, he became the first member of his family to graduate from a college. However, more hardships awaited as Stevens found himself homeless while pursuing his dream at the Manhattan School of Music in New York City.
I was homeless for 7 months in New York. And not that I had to be, but because I wanted to really pursue studying at Manhattan School of Music with Olga Kern, which was in New York City. I couldn't keep up with it financially, and so they ended up literally escorting me off of the premises.
But despite these challenges, he found the strength to persevere and apply to school once again.
I'm currently at the Royal Conservatory, who gave me a near full scholarship, and so because of that, I am now about to graduate with my artist diploma, and as I understand it, I'm going to be the first Bahamian to obtain an artist diploma.
Now, Stevens has gone on to accomplish many great things, attributing his success to his unwavering love for music and his faith in God.
I won first place in the New York Classical Music competition, first place in the Fanny Mendelssohn competition, and I also have been invited to London for a music festival. I've been invited to Spain also for another competition and festival. And I always say that my message to the world and to everyone is to never take no for an answer and to never give up on your dreams.
Stevens is gearing up for a Bahamas classical music tour starting right here at his home in Freeport. The concert is tonight at 7:30 p.m. at Church of the Ascension on Arden Forest Road. The second concert will be held in Nassau on Sunday, March 24.
So I'm actually going to be aiming to take this artistic brilliance of these great composers to the islands, to communities that never experienced this kind of music before, to children who have never, heard this kind of music on this level.
Now, Stevens is encouraging the wider community to support as proceeds from the event will assist the young pianist with international travel expenses and also an upcoming music album meant to motivate and inspire. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Sponsored by Lucayan Family and Concierge Services.
Menstruation is the technical term for getting your period. When a female has gone through puberty, she will experience menstrual bleeding. Every month, the lining of the uterus prepares itself for a possible pregnancy by becoming thicker and richer in blood vessels. If pregnancy does not occur, the lining is shed as a period. A menstrual period may occur every 21 to 35 days and last approximately 3 to 7 days. Most women may experience minor symptoms just before and during their periods. Common symptoms include tender breasts, headaches, lower abdominal cramps, lower back pains, bloating, fluid retention, diarrhea or constipation, and acne. Painful symptoms such as cramps, backache, or tender breasts may be relieved with over-the-counter pain relievers. If you are finding that your periods are difficult to manage or seem worse than what has been described, it may be time to see your primary care doctor. I'm Dr. Karis Thompson-Major, here to remind you that your health is your wealth.
And that's a look at stories making news. Don't go away. The latest in sports and your local weather forecast is up next.
Hungry? Save the day with this hack. The tastiest hack is no longer a secret. Order 2 medium one-topping pizzas from Pizza Hut Freeport for only $22. Enjoy Pizza Hut while spending less all the way to the crust. Visit us at the store, carry out, or delivery. 2 medium one-topping pizzas for only $22. Call us at 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport. Enjoy all the way to the crust. Pizza Hut Freeport.
For all of life's twists, turns, and defining moments, RBC is for all of you.
Have questions for Grand Bahama Power Company? Get insights and answers to the power concern every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in and power up your knowledge with Ask GBPC.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Little League Baseball continued on the weekend, and Mako Aquatics Grand Bahama Swim Club continues to shine in the pool. Here's Jay Philippe with your Monday check on sports.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to sports. It was a busy weekend in sports. Let's begin with soccer.
The YMCA Soccer Club recently celebrated International Women's Day on the soccer field at the YMCA. The club has been in existence for some years now and continues to grow with weekly training and matches almost all year round.
We're just trying to encourage the girls to know that sports is important, they're important, and also just to realize that you have to be consistent, you know. We saw girls getting scholarships, but it's all about believing in yourself and being consistent. So we tend to push the boys and we don't push our girls, and I think we need to expect more of our girls.
I think sports are really good for females. It's not common, so to see all of these young ladies out here practicing and learning a sport, I think it gives them something to do.
Switching gears now in sports, Mako Aquatics Grand Bahama had a pretty good year in the pool this season. The team recently traveled to New Providence and performed well while qualifying a few swimmers for the Curve to Swim Championships, which will be held in New Providence during the Easter break.
We've been fortunate enough to have the assistance from the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Culture, especially from the director in the northern region, Mr. Norris Bain, in securing cheaper rates in the airline tickets as well as cheaper rates in the hotel accommodation.
We have back-to-back 2 beautiful meets.
where they show us the quality and the perform that they are about to show up in Corifta.
Two of the swimmers making the team is Harold Simmons and Blake Camacho.
I'm going to be training my best and being really focused. I'm not going to let anything get in my way, and I hope to do good and medal in all of my races. Last time, I got really distracted about my personal life, and a lot of things at the games distracted me, but now I'm going to try to be more focused this time.
I feel like I'm going to do pretty good. I have high expectations, trying to get at least 3 medals, trying to get all gold, you know. And going to be practicing a lot of drill breaststroke, a lot of freestyle, not a lot of backstroke, because my breaststroke is better than my backstroke, so I have to work on things that I have better times in to exceed in my goals.
And finally in sports, scores from Little League Baseball and 8U play, FES defeated Pelican Bay 15-14. Now in 10U action, the MSC Shippers edged out Riviera and Associates in a close one, 7-6. Moving up to 10U play, the Lions got the W against the Royals 6-4. And in 16U action, the Lions dominated the Red Sox. Final score was 12-1.
And that's your quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Thank you, Jay. And here's a check on your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Stay with us. Our Facebook friend of the day is up next.
For 2 decades, Flamingo Air has soared above the Bahamas, connecting our islands with pride and passion. As we rise above our challenges, we stand tall, resolute in our commitment to excellence. Thanks to your unwavering support, we have recommitted ourselves to making every trip an experience to remember. Flamingo Air, committed to safety and service.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and vacation clubs, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. With GBCCU 352-4139.
My experience, it started out a bit rocky. They would call us freshers, some of us, because we, have no technical background in IT. But they really laid the foundation down for us, so we were able to learn the very basics first. And then at the end of the course, we were to the level of an associate, so we can actually start working in IT as soon as we exit the program.
One of the experiences I think was unique was the quality of the trainer. Madri, to me, and I think the others would share the same experience, is that she's a quality trainer. You leave the course knowing exactly what you need to know to build an application from scratch to finished product. And the foundation that she gives you is really spot on.
We are prime as Bahamians. We are competitive by nature. So I know that we are competitive with sports, with our John Canoe, but we can stand toe-to-toe with the world when it comes to tech as well as we apply ourselves. And I really believe that.
Best Concert Weekend, Providenciales, Turks and Caicos, June 27th through 30th, featuring live from TCI, Brad, Mikey and Kool-Aid, Gemma, Barbara Johnson, And on this night, we celebrate Keno and Kaz.
Somebody got your girlfriend on layaway.
And Keno Hall.
Girl, you.
From the Bahamas, D-Mac.
Why are you out looking for sugar?
KP. Chino T. Elon Moxie. Veronica Bishop.
She said,
Sweet Emily.
why you gonna love me if you know you couldn't handle it?
Nishi Ellis.
Let me go.
Avi. And TBS.
Come go with me.
Backed by the Proficient Band, TCI, and Chad Colley and the VIP. Hosted by Sawyer Boy of Nassau, Bahamas, and Huntley Forbes of TCI. Come go with me. Best of the best concert weekend, Turks and Caicos. For more information, email comegowithmeweekend@gmail.com.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Charles Poitier, you are our Facebook friend of the day. A special happy birthday going out to you. We hope you are enjoying all the way in Cooperstown, Abaco. Also, a special happy belated birthday going out to Tiaja Roll over in Bimini. We are sure you enjoyed your day. And that's going to do it tonight for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire Northern Edition team, I'm Azure Quant. But be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, deepening talks in Botswana. New jury task force formed. BTC and its union bump heads. And in sports, Carifta track and field team named. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. Strengthening bilateral relations between the Bahamas and Botswana is the primary goal of Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis's visit to the Southern African country this week. In a publicly televised joint press conference, Prime Minister Davis was welcomed to the country by President of the Republic of Botswana, His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi. Both leaders have pledged cooperation to the advancement of both nations. Carla Palmer leads us off tonight.
The official visit by Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis to Botswana was initiated back in September last year when President of the Republic of Botswana, His Excellency Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, first visited the Bahamas. At that time, a memorandum of understanding was signed by the two leaders to promote and broaden bilateral relations in key sectorial areas of government to the mutual benefit of both countries. For the 10-hour journey from the Bahamas to Botswana, Prime Minister Davis is hoping to reap fruits from discussions in the areas of vocational and technical training and agriculture, trade negotiations, health and allied services.
Food security, for example, is a challenge for us. My country has what I call a consumptive economy. One time in the past, we used to eat what we grow, but now we eat what we import, because most of our food is imported. And so we have had a paradigm shift. That's why we are very interested in collaborating in agriculture, because we're investing largely in that to be able to feed ourselves. The government of the Bahamas is pleased to announce that our Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Resources will sign a memorandum of understanding with the Botswana University of Agriculture and Natural Resources. This collaboration will pave the way for groundbreaking research and development in both our countries, leveraging our rich natural resources for sustainable progress.
To President Masisi, the Bahamas has a wealth of knowledge in which to glean. As a noted leader in tourism in the Caribbean region, Dr. Masisi is keen on learning the secrets of our country's success.
Out of a population of just over 400,000 people, you had like 9 million visitors. 9 million. And these are not poor visitors, because most of our tourism is wildlife, safari-based, and we pride ourselves a lot, consistent with maintaining our the delicate environmental footprint we have in the Kalahari and Okavango. We've also agreed to collaborate with the Bahamas in the field of digitizing our currency. And the offer came straight through that they will help us. And that requires engagement with the central bank, engagement with the Ministry of Finance, the whole area of sport development that we talked about today. Bahamas, we learned, has the fastest women hurdles 60 meters in the world.
The Prime Minister and his delegation, including Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, State Minister for Finance, the Honorable Michael Alcides, Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Anna Martin, and Sports Minister, the Honorable Mario Boleg, are expected to be in Botswana through Friday. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Anna Martin, underscoring the importance of embracing friendships the world over, Botswana being a critical partner. During his state visit here last September, Botswana President Dr. Mangwetsi Masisi spoke of offering scholarships to the Bahamas, and a memorandum of understanding was signed thereafter.
We're looking now to see what are the additional pieces that have to be put in place to execute in a more practical way the contents of that MOU. But I just want to say, I just think all in all, when you look at the history of nations, that the relationship between African states and Caribbean states is very important because truthfully, we are a product originally of the continent. Our history has been a bit different, a lot more complicated, but I think that this reaching out and this embracing of holding hands is very important as we move forward, particularly when there are a number of issues that impact us, that we can find common ground and solidarity.
President Masisi has made it known that his country can draw from the Bahamas' success as a premier destination. When questioned about how local officials have been able to do this, the education minister acknowledged that despite its tremendous strides over the years, there's always room for the Bahamas to attain perfection.
I think we have become really positioned globally in tourism and developed a whole professional cadre around the whole industry of tourism. So it's come from a very strong focus, training, and understanding the connection of tourism to the economy. It's really the foundation of our economy. So it's just the intentional focus on the matter.
The Bahamas is among Commonwealth countries endorsing a new set of measures designed to improve people's access to justice. At the Commonwealth Law Ministers meeting in Zanzibar last Friday, ministers resolved to ramp up efforts to remove barriers to access justice and address the legal needs of all citizens. Key provisions include improved access to justice for people with disabilities, a model law on virtual assets, a new action plan to protect women from online violence, and a proposal to eliminate gender discriminatory legislation. Additionally, the law ministers adopted the Commonwealth guidelines on the treatment of electronic evidence in criminal proceedings, designed to offer member countries a framework to craft national legislation. Now, to support the implementation, ministers requested the Commonwealth Law Ministers Action Group to report progress at the next meeting. And still to come, a fugitive arraigned. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Hear that? If you listen
closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse, the people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed any moment can be a KFC moment.
When we started Stormframe Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the out outlets.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Get ready for an unforgettable weekend at Agri Expo 2024. It all goes down on April 12th and 13th at Gladstone Road Farmers Market. Bring the whole family for a farmtastic experience. Meet local farmers, artisans, and savor delicious food. From competitions to forums and activities for the kids. There's something for everyone. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just curious about where your food comes from, there's something for everyone at the Agri Expo. It's something you don't want to miss. See you there.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you? We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good?
Popeyes' new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand-battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something or order something.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
This government strongly believes in and supports community building. Our inner city programs and facilities provide a variety of educational, social, and creative response systems, all in an effort to enroll and allow opportunities for positive engagement. To encourage this, we're committed to providing safe spaces in community centers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Quaco Street Youth and Community Center. The health of a nation is the wealth of a nation. If you want to distract younger persons from getting involved in negative things, crime and violence, etc., you got to keep them positively occupied. Quaco Street Community Center is the place for you to send your children and your family members. Come and check the place out, man. We want to build the Bahamas and make it a better place.
Wasting no time in apprehending and charging 32-year-old Micah Johnson. Johnson was initially on the run from police, but officers caught him in Bimini. He's accused of fatally shooting Theo Williams and is also facing additional murder charges in connection with the deaths of Richard Brown and Adrian Gordon. Both victims were gunned down in the Spence Street area back on July 22nd of last year. Johnson was not called on to enter a plea to the charges. Bail was denied and he was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections. He returns to court on June 6 for service of voluntary bill of indictment. Acting Chief Procurement Officer at the Ministry of Finance, Kyle Oliver, among the witnesses testifying Monday in the trial involving 5 defendants before Senior Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson. Oliver told jurors that he represented the Ministry of Finance as a board member at the Water and Sewerage Corporation from 2014 to 2021. He said the defendant, Adrian Gibson, began serving as chairman of the corporation in 2017 and was later promoted to executive chairman. He indicated, among other things, that any financial procurement opportunities in the area of $250,000 came to the board for approval, but any figure over that amount had to be channeled to cabinet for approval. He also told the court that if a contract is given that amounted to $238,000 and if value-added tax pushed that figure over $250,000, it would have to go to cabinet once again for approval. The trial continues before Senior Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson. The government set to establish a task force this year to assess the effectiveness of jury trials. Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, sharing as much during a recent interview with ZNS News on Sunday. The task force will involve the Chief Justice, representatives from the judiciary, officials from the Ministry of National Security and the Royal Bahamas Police Force, officials from the Department of Corrections, the Probation Department, the Bahamas Bar Association, and non-governmental organizations.
We're about to put together a task force, including the Chief Justice, Ministry of National Security, our agencies, to look at this whole issue of trials. And if that has come forward and fleshed out, certainly we would have a look at it. And it's all designed at looking at the court, the judicial process, how we can make it more efficient and how we can make it more timely than it currently is. We hope to man it before the end of April, and then it will start to meet.
An emotional day outside BTC's Papal Tract headquarters Monday as members of 2 of the unions that represent staff and managers gathered together calling for the reinstatement of 2 employees recently fired. Corvell Pyfrom has the ultimatum from the unions and BTC's response.
We want people to know that we are not afraid.
President of the Bahamas Communications and Public Managers Union, Kendrick Knowles, says 2 of his members, both managers at BTC, were sent home Friday, terminated with no explanation. The employees, both women, had been with the company for more than a decade. Even sadder, he says, is one of those sacked employees was on sick leave, battling cancer.
What kind of organization fires a cancer patient 2 days while they're on sick leave? And then 2 days prior to that, they're celebrating the rights of women? We say no. What kind of organization is this?
The group, united in its outrage at what it believes is an ongoing attack on its members, which will only worsen, the union claims. They seem to think more firings are looming, and so they marched right on to BTC's Papal Tract campus.
It makes you feel bad to know that we built this company, and all that they are enjoying came from us. So if they did it to one, they'll do it to the others. So we have to stand up and make a difference and say enough is enough. Stop the madness. Because if you don't stand up, it will go on and on and on and on and on.
We're going to fight back. We're going to fight back, and we're not going to stop. Whatever lengths we have to go to make sure that our members are reinstated, we will do that.
One employee who spoke with us on the condition of anonymity describes an atmosphere of eroding morale and huge concern. Many of her colleagues, she says, feel hopeless about the situation.
And BTC does not care about us. We've been trying, we've been talking, our unions have been fighting, and they say that they have no trust in us. It's us who have no trust in them.
BTC not addressing the union's charges head-on, but said in a statement late Monday that it maintains a professional relationship with its union partners and are fully compliant with the labor laws of the Bahamas and its industrial agreements. The company concluding the statement saying that while there are instances where the parties vigorously disagree, its decisions are made in the best interest of colleagues and the company. Meanwhile, the union is holding firm on its plans to hold BTC accountable. Corvell Pye from ZNS Network News.
Thanks a lot, Corvell. A new union established. Desmond Saunders is standing by live with the latest. Good evening, Desmond.
A new union is being formed this evening that will provide full representation for close to 1,000 livery drivers in the country. The union, called the Bahamas Livery Drivers Union, also hoping to improve working conditions for close to 1,000 livery drivers in the country. I'm here at the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union building here this evening, where the energetic leadership team is being introduced. I'm joined by the president, Tori Austin. Talk about the process for getting this union organized.
The process has been ongoing for the past year or so, just trying to dot all the I's, cross all the T's. It's been a tedious process, but we've come to this point, and now we're all ready to unite and be as one, you know?
What are those front burner issues?
Well, standardizing the issues. Fortunately, the government gave hundreds of people, made them entrepreneurs, business people. So now we need to standardize the business, make sure that we're all on the same page. We are the ambassadors in this country, and so we want to make sure that everybody is up to par, ready to roll, and we all work as one unit.
That's right. And so the president, as you heard, he introduced himself, Tori Austin, Vice President Teron Williams, Secretary Jason Russell, Treasurer Fracita Owens, and this is the new leadership team of the Bahamas Livery Drivers Union. And as visitor arrivals increase, the job of livery drivers in this country even more crucial during this time. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks a lot, Desmond. A forewarning for the public. This time it's to avoid them from falling victim to fake internet ads and social media posts about the central bank offering loans and other financial services. The central bank is warning up front that links associated with such posts should not be clicked. Furthermore, the public should always be skeptical and avoid giving out personal information to individuals or companies they do not know. They should also refrain from making payments to unknown people through banks or money transfer businesses. Now, if you have any misgivings, you can always call the central bank directly to validate the credibility of such offers. We still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for tonight, Carifta track and field team has been named. We'll give you all the details ahead in sports.
Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Latia Duncombe, represented the Bahamas at the International Tourism Exchange in Berlin, the world's leading travel trade show.
What I love about IT, it's a time when our stakeholders and our partners attend the shows with us. So our tour operators were there. We were discussing the inventory on all of the different islands, the different product that we have to offer, and the connectivity. How do I book? I want to book an all-inclusive vacation to the Bahamas. I want to do one complete booking from the airfare to my activities, visiting the destination, and that's all made possible through our collective efforts with our partners. So the tour operators are excited about it. We're making sure that the inventory is loaded in the system, and the visitors have so much to choose from.
Deputy Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Valerie Brown-Elsey, also spoke to the growing international interest in the Bahamas.
The other thing that impresses me is the level of interest, obviously, in the Bahamas. And we're looking to see an increase of business from Germany and the Central European areas, if you will. I think given the German market and obviously the European market in general, it's about experiences. And so when we look at at this area and its interest in our out islands, I think there's a lot to be said with traveling and island hopping from one area to the next. This is also a big water place, so in terms of diving and fishing and all of the vertical market opportunities, I think we have a good growth in business and interest from Germany and all of Europe in that regard.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
In 2023, over 9 million visitors came to the Bahamas, the region's leading tourism destination. That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Paradise is not only found in Nassau, but throughout our 16 island destinations.
That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Over 400,000 Bahamians depend on our tourism-driven economy.
That is why tourism is everyone's business. It's the passing on of our traditions and our cultural heritage to the next generation.
That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Tourism is everyone's business.
From the straw we plant, to exploring our Bahama blues, to experiencing the greatest show on earth. No matter who you are, we all have a part to play in our tourism industry.
This is our country.
These are our islands.
This is our home.
That's why tourism
is everyone's business.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
It is a big day here in Eleuthera as young people from across the island participate in this year's Junior John Canoe competition. This year, we've increased our donation by 50% to $75,000. We're also connecting these young people with our Disney creatives so that they can teach our creatives about John Canoe, and our Disney creatives can teach them about the careers that are involved in the kinds of things they're doing as they prepare for Junior John Canoe this season.
John Canoe is an expression, the spirit, the passion of the people of the Bahamas.
The adrenaline rush when the music hits your soul, you just move.
I'm really excited that the Disney Cruise Line helps get more instruments, like kumkalakas and drums.
I cannot express the gratitude to Disney Cruise Line for the genuine nature of our culture, John Canoe. Disney could have chosen anywhere in the world, but they chose Eleuthera.
Let's make this moment last forever. Let's start a family together. With a house, a car, and kids. Oh, I love the way we live. I got it covered. BAF has got me covered. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. So live your life. BAF for life. BAF has got you covered.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Treatment Intervention Program, an initiative relaunched by the Davis administration in 2021 to target troubled youth, continuing to provide a positive avenue for the nation's youth. A special ceremony was held at the Summit Church on Bahama Games Boulevard on Sunday. Desmond Saunders was there.
A new lease on life for 9 males who are recent graduates of the Bahamas Shock Treatment Intervention Program.
Like, it change your ways, like, towards certain things, like, get up. Like, listen, follow the right orders, don't mind company, and just listen to your parents.
After several weeks of self-therapy, empowerment, and self-development training, these boys have ditched antisocial behaviors and now adopting positive habits.
I ain't gonna lie, right? If you come shock treatment, you gotta be prepared, man, because that workout, that could kill you. But on the bright side, summer, you shirt off all summer because that gonna be rip afterwards. In shock treatment, they basically showing us the right way, right thing to do, and the right way to do it. Like, they take it so show us what we could have if we like do good, and show us what we could have if we do bad.
Shock Treatment is a televised intervention self-help program that targets troubled teens susceptible to a life of crime. The program was launched in 2014. Program head and consultant at the Ministry of National Security, Dr. Carlos Reed.
They were able to experience life in prison, experience what it feels like to go through attitude adjustment. They also were exposed to Atlantis. We took them on a tour at Atlantis, the BTVI, the University of the Bahamas. A lot of things have changed from when we first started shock treatment, so we had to go and realize that we needed to do a parent component, because we found that a lot of the challenges these young men were having because of the way they were being brought up, we also place in a mentor to follow up on these guys even after they come out.
Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, congratulating the new graduates. He's proud of the work of Mr. Reed and his team and hopes the program continues towards transforming the minds of young teens.
This is the first time that the young men have been assigned mentors after the fact, which is a recognition that you need continuing support. So, you know, if a tree falls over when you stand it up, you still brace it till it takes root. But really, as I explained to the young men, this is like before the game. So this is to get them ready for the game. So they were shown at the prison, at the police station, what could go wrong.
Several police and defense force officers, along with parents, applauded for their work in the program, and program organizers hope to continue their work in reducing crime and changing the country. Desmond Saunders of Bahamas Tonight.
The high cost of living compounded by the rise in inflation are just some of the factors contributing to the growing demand for help by the underprivileged. Many of these residents seek assistance from organizations whose only focus is to comfort those in need, but day by day, officials from these groups now recognize that they need help too. Altavis Munnings reports.
They need us, and we can't abandon them now.
Bishop Walter Hanschel established Great Commission Ministries in 1987 to aid the poor, homeless, hurting, and at-risk youth. But these days, funds to sustain his operation are getting low because the demand is great. Great Commission Ministries is partnering with the Bay and Grantstown Advancement Association, Families for All Murdered Victims, LEJ's Hilltop Cottage Ministries, and International Praying Deliverance Ministries to launch the Stop and Drop Challenge. The goal is for corporate Bahamas and interested individuals to stop by their headquarters and drop off money or food. This coalition laments they're all inundated with requests for help and are now basically on life support.
The truth is, if somebody cannot find food to eat, they will steal because out of necessity. They will have to steal, especially if they have children. So this thing creates poverty, creates crime. We have mothers, young, decent young ladies who hardworking with 4 and 5 children. They find themselves to the point where, because they're on minimum wage, making $200-300 a week, $250, $300 a week, and they have 5, 6 children, they have to buy food, pay rent, other expenses, and they have no money.
We're going into our personal funds, and right now we depleted that and all. And there's no way you should be feeling overwhelmed trying to help make others happy. The little boy said, there's 3 of them.
8 years old, he used to carry the little sister to school with him. The baby used to be dropped off at the nursery. The mother gone to work till 6 o'clock. That 8-year-old boy said, what did y'all have for supper yesterday? Because we didn't open the classes. He said, we had a pack of peanut to be sharing. I said, well, the baby had some milk, but we had to give the baby cream because the formula ran out.
If they were to stop doing what they do every day, I don't know what this place should be like.
This is the first time I see people who are in need, even though you feed them and you owe them. Let me tell you something. Only God keeping me in 2nd Street to go from getting beat up. Because they will fight you. This is real. I haven't been in Miami from, I don't know, from King Hatchet days. We've never seen nothing like this. It's real. This 2 dead man come back from death door. God spare them and give them a voice to talk.
Each organization is appealing to the government for an emergency fund to maintain their business because, as Bishop Hanchel puts it, they are full-time volunteers serving God's people. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Mannix.
Thanks, Altaviz. Well, as I see, it hits hard this week as the author's senior producer, Tanya Smith Cartwright, gets involved in the ongoing dispute with the American song artist Neela Allen and a certain group of Bahamians. Smith Cartwright pretty much once again tells Bahamians to put down their xenophobic ways and embrace other cultures. This time she goes on to label the actions of Bahamians during that row as ignorant and internationally embarrassing. Harsh words all around coming from that row. As I see it is published on our website at znsbahamas.com and our social media platforms every Monday. Through this column, Smith Cartwright explores a multitude of trending controversial hot topics and brings them to us as he sees them. And still to come, our feature story of the night, celebrating Easter in song. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
ESE Distributors, the #1 wholesale beauty supplier in the Bahamas, specializing in hair products, accessories, and makeup. A variety of skin lightening products, Keratin, Natural Bright, Pawpaw, and personal toiletries, like soaps, creams, lotion, and oils. Hair products like Got2b, Red One, and everything in the Morphos line. And lots of hair. Afro Kinky, 3X Ghana, crochet hair. We deliver and ship to the Family Islands. ESE Distributors, located on Soldier Road opposite NCA.
You've set big goals for your future, and we can help you to achieve them. Getting that degree you've always wanted, buying your first car, making it official on a truly special day, or building a home that's your own. Big or small, share your ambitions with us, and we can help make them real.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
massive infrastructural work set to transform Eleuthera roads through a recent $100 million contract awarded to Bahamas Striping Group of companies. But as preparations for a pavement of more than 160 miles of road are made, work continues to maintain current thoroughfares. Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, recently highlighting efforts which seeks to address areas of concern, all while taking an environmentally conscious approach to repairs.
We've had a complaint about the exit to Roxanne International Airport. So as a part of continuation with the road patching, we came here today along with one of the companies that's been hired by Bahamas Striping to patch some of the holes here. So until we get the road remediation program started up this way, at least they could have some smooth road exiting Roxanne International. This here is what they call a cold patch, which you have in bags. It lasts longer. It's perfect for Family Island usage. Shipping from the Providence to the Family Islands. It's a green type of patchwork, so it's easier to transport. It lasts longer. You don't have to put this much heat. It has a lot more workability.
Residents and contractors for the patch project covering North, Central, and South Eleuthera, Cavano, Bullard, and Lovato McKinsey say they are grateful for the contracts and see it as a positive injection into their community.
This project is extremely been a long time coming. You know, residents of Roxanne in particular, I've been complaining about it to me, especially as one of the contractors here.
It inspires me a lot, and it gives a lot the youth a lot to look forward to. It gives them growth and stability within the community and the country as well, despite all the shortcomings that have been happening within the country.
And it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Ladon. We have near clear skies, temperature a warm 80 degrees, the relative humidity at 79%. The winds out of the south-southeast at 8 miles per hour. Your barometric pressure 1,012.3 millibars. That's 29.89 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 80 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Torquay, Abaco, Marshall, Abaco, 82 degrees. The Berry Islands, 80. 81 in Allenstown, Bimini, 79 degrees in Hopper Island. Roxanne, Eleuthera, 80 degrees. 82 in Allenstown, Cat Island. Black Point, Exuma, and Kemps Bay, St. Andrews at 84. In Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 80 degrees. 82s in Georgetown, Exuma, Allenstown, Cat Island. San Salvador and Rumkey at 80 degrees. 81 in Rygat Island, Cloud, San Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, and Acklands. Matthew, Tananagua, 82 degrees. Turks and Caicos Islands at 79 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwestern parts of our country. The winds initially going to be southwest to west at 10 to 15 knots. They will be shifting northwest behind the frontal system, which we'll talk about later in the newscast. And then the winds will pick up 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet. They will be building 4 to 6 feet over the ocean. And once that happens, caution flags go into effect for the northwest Bahamas later on tonight. Now, your low tide, that will take place at 10 o'clock tonight in the central and southeastern islands. Southeast to south winds 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. And on Tuesday in the northwestern islands, the winds become northerly behind that front. Speeds 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights at 3 to 6 feet. So we will continue to ask small craft to exercise caution in the northwest Bahamas tomorrow. Now, the low tide tomorrow will take place at 11 or 8 in the morning with the high tide at 4:58 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Tuesday, northwest winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet with caution flags also in place for the central and southeastern islands. Middle of the week, those winds begin to decrease for the northwest and central islands, becoming northeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave height, they will be subsiding 2 to 4 feet over the ocean, so we'll drop the caution flags on Wednesday. High tide, 5:30 in the morning, low tide at 12:01 in the afternoon. And for the southeast Bahamas on Wednesday, northeast winds at 12 to 18 knots, wave height 3 to 6 feet, keeping that caution flag in place only for the southeast Bahamas on Wednesday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Dipping, dancing all across the floor. Whining, bumping, jerking, Lord, I'm holding my head. Well,
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Are you a business with 3 or more vehicles looking for the perfect fueling solution? Well, look no further.
I can go to any Rubis service station and get fast and easy service without any form of payment.
I can top up my fuel account and generate reports anytime online.
We at Wildflowers enjoy significant savings from fraud reduction. The Rubis system provides optimum security and peace of mind.
Email bahamassales@rubis-bahamas.com to sign up now.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
It's time to start a cooperative business today. All you need is a business plan, a set of cooperative bylaws, $25 and an application form, and 10 persons who believe in the same vision. For more information on starting a cooperative, call 397-7400, extension 7443, 6551, 6553, and 6577. The Department of Cooperative Development. Develop, facilitate, regulate.
At Cartwright, our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Cartwright members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Cartwright, where membership truly has its privileges.
March into Super Value and Quality supermarkets today for great savings like Rainbow Corned Beef, 12-ounce, new low price, $2.19. Country Barn Mayonnaise, 30-ounce, $3.75. Mullis Ready Cut Macaroni, 16-ounce, $2.19. Boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Romaine Hearts, 3-pack, $4.79. Shoppers are marching to save at Super Value and Quality supermarkets.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check on a Monday, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. The Carifta Trials for track and field wrapping up yesterday at the Thomas A. Robertson Stadium. B3's officials coming together immediately afterward to put together Team Bahamas headed to Grenada. Charles Fisher tells us the story.
After 3 days of intense competition, B3's president, Jamaica Watcher, excited about the team they have assembled.
We're on our way to Grenada, and we are confident that we have fielded one of the strongest teams that we have ever assembled. One thing that should be noted is that I think that it has been a historic event for us insofar as the number of athletes that have come out and competed at these trials. I think it was in excess of 500 athletes that competed, and from which we have identified 76 athletes that have made up the full complement of Team Bahamas.
Name to the under-17 girls: Keisha Thomas, Alexis Roberts, Dominique Dean, Jasmine Thompson, Alexandra Komalafe, Terrell McCoy, Diore Scott, Camara Strawn, Madison Moss, Shakai Russell, Kylie Wallace, Kiana Henschel, Rispa Thompson, Jade Knowles, Zoe Adley. Under-17 boys: Ishmael Rule, Everett Frazier, Egan Neely, Chikario Wilson, Tiano Ferguson, Joshua Williams, Claudius Burrows, Devin Davis, Carlin Archer, Terran Beckles, Jalen Stroud, Wyatt Cartwright, Keon Burrow, Shavano Nixon, Brandon Markey, Lamont Moxie, Jaden Moss, Ethan North, and Perry McPhee. Comprising of the under-20 girls: Cheyenne Demerit, Shatalia Dorset, Nia Wright, Nia Richards, Erin Barr, Akari Roberts, Anae Markey, Kaylin Johnson, Bailey Major, Lanisha Lubin, Coy Adley, Tasha Stiles, Vanessa Sawyer, Jasmine Markey, Anaya Rule, Jade Ferguson, Tamaya Taylor, Aliyah Evans, Shania Adley, and Kaylee Green. Under 20 boys: Carlos Brown, Jeremiah Adley, Zion Shepard, Zion Miller, Shamar Davis, Bernard Kemp, Robert Deal III, Taj Brown, Robert Stewart, Caden Cartwright, Brendan Vanderpool Wallace, Tyler Cash, Morgan Moss, Berkeley Munnings, Kenny Moxie Jr., Marco Carey, William McKinney, Raleigh Hanna, Jonathan Harris, Giovanna Bridgewater, Najee McBride, and Aiden Kelly. Claudel McNabb will serve as head coach. He will be assisted by James Rowe, Laquel Nen, Alexis Roberts, and Kenny Moxie Sr. 68 out of the 76 were outright qualifiers, something quite pleasing.
And the way we identify our Carifta standard is based on a fourth-place average standard over 3 consecutive Carifta games. And so it makes us very, very competitive. And so we're excited.
Now that the team has been named, it's time to get to work.
We are going to start assembling team practices that will be exclusive to Team Bahamas. Even in the midst of stadium repair, one of the priorities that we'll seek to do is to create private training environments for Team Bahamas, and that would require a level of coordination of athletes not only in New Providence but also in Grand Bahama. And within a week's time, we'll be bringing the full complement of the team to Nassau to do final preparations, relay exchanges.
Team Bahamas leaves March 27th for the games in Grenada. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Meanwhile, Carifta swimming will take place right here on home soil. Bahamas Aquatics President Algernon Cargill talking about the significance of this year's championship.
For the first time in Carifta history, we have 18 and over swimmers competing at these games. We have several international swimmers coming from Central America, South America, who will be competing in these games that are outside of the normal Carifta family. So the games will be a little bigger than they've been before in terms of performance, but everyone is looking to earn their ticket to Paris or the World Championships in Budapest later on.
Cargill taking time to outline the makeup of Team Bahamas.
Our 36-member team comprises 8 swimmers that train in Grand Bahama, 9 that train in schools in the United States, and the remaining 19 train in Nassau and were able to qualify in the facilities that we currently have. All of our open water swimmers train at the pools in Nassau.
As the host, Cargill says the Bahamas is now ready to receive the visiting nations.
The swimmers will start to arrive from the 25th of March. Some are coming early. Competition does not start until the 30th of March. So we mentioned the opening ceremony at the Nassau Cruise Ports, but competition starts on the 30th. And according to the schedules, they'll start to arrive from the 25th. They'll be living at the Breezes Hotel, and they're getting ready to receive the athletes also.
Now, there were some initial concerns surrounding the venue for the swim championships that may have been now laid to rest. NSA Chairman Grafton Eiffel talked about the work that was done at the Betty Kenning Complex.
The broader scope of works at the Betty Kenning Swim Complex included necessary equipment replacement and a complete redesign of the mechanical room, refurbishment of the technical room, male and female locker rooms and concession area, repairs to the public bathrooms, enhancements to facility tower lighting, installation of a new standby generator, repairs to the spectator grandstand, repainting of the pool deck, and general maintenance of the superstructure.
And that's it, your check on sports here on this Monday. Our Monday weather just around the corner. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
March up and down the aisles of Super Value and Quality supermarkets and save. Libby's Spaghetti and Meatballs 15 ounce, $1.59. Carnation Evaporated Milk 13.9 ounce, 2 for $3. Libby's Vienna Sausage 4.6 ounce, $1.19. Turkey Wings $1.99 per pound. Fresh Broccoli Bunch $3.99. Shoppers are marching to save at Super Value and Quality supermarkets.
Are you a business with 3 or more vehicles looking for the perfect fueling solution? Well, look no further.
I can go into any Rubis service station and get fast and easy service without any form of payment.
I can top up my fuel account and generate reports anytime online.
We at Wildflowers enjoy significant savings from fraud reduction. The Rubis system provides optimum security and peace of mind.
Email bahamashales@rubis-bahamas.com to sign up now.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, you can expect a change in our weather later on tonight. Reason being, we have a frontal system now approaching the extreme northwest Bahamas that will push through the northwest Bahamas overnight. Will bring with it some showers, possibly some thunderstorms over parts of the area. But behind that, there will be a cool down tomorrow lasting for a couple of days. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy, very warm and humid. That's ahead of that frontal system. A thunderstorm around later on tonight, but once all of that passes through, we expect things to start to cool off. The low temperature tonight, 75 degrees. Tomorrow, we're looking at widely separated morning thunderstorms, and that will be early in the morning. Otherwise, it will be turning partly sunny, breezy, and not as warm. Some nicer temperatures will be on the way for the next few days. High temperature tomorrow, 77 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to get you into the 70s during the daytime. Low 70s by Wednesday, 73 degrees on Wednesday, and those nighttime temperatures back into the 60s, 66 degrees on Wednesday before we see a little warming trend taking place. But that will take us into the weekend. But by Friday, another frontal system is coming through with some stronger showers and thunderstorms associated with this system, and that will push through, bringing back some cooler temperatures into the 60s as of Saturday, and that will carry us into the early part of next week. LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Well, the Bahama Brass Band getting an early start at celebrating its 100th anniversary next year with an Easter concert extravaganza called Hallelujah, What a Savior. The concert will take place on Sunday, May 31st at the Diplomat Center at 7 p.m. There will also be performances by the RBDF Band and the Jamaican Police Force Band. Band director Bishop Barry Morris says it's an event that will not disappoint.
Asking all of our citizens to come with your Bahamian flags to wave, and we're asking all of our friends from Jamaica to come and bring your Jamaican flags, because it's going to be a time. We're going to turn this place upside down, and so it's an exciting moment that we have here, and it's so exciting that we're having the concert in 2 places. On the Saturday, which is the 30th, we're going to be in Grand Bahama having a concert, and then Sunday morning everybody converges to New Providence, where it's going to be the real shakedown. And so we're expecting a great crowd. It's going to be a wonderful afternoon.
Well, that event will take place on March 31st. Well, that does it for the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. From all of us here at ZNS, I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great evening, everyone.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.